former United States Marine. To the base, we have you covered. There's no monthly fees was a huge thing because at the end of the day, don't overcomplicate it. We've got to get the seller's home sold, and these are all the tools. Use what's in the toolbox. Use what's provided. Use what's there.
No, totally. And LPT Plus, not only the coaching, so something I've learned too, because I've been in coaching also, and
Mhm.
I've paid a lot of money for coaching, and it's worked. Don't get me wrong. I think it's one of the best things you can do in your business.
One of the stories you'll get with LPT is it's overwhelming the amount of tools.
And they taught me some amazing things. Do not get me wrong, but they
Mhm.
never gave me the tools. Like it's like giving me this ammo, but they never gave me, let's say, the gun to go fire.
Mhm.
LPT is about agent choice. I stress that on every call.
Real estate is a fascinating business, and most people don't understand this or don't realize this, but it's the only business, period. I challenge somebody to find another business where you can literally have a win-win-win-win scenario, right? Where everybody can win in a transaction.
What's up, guys? Anthony Dezette again here. We're chatting with another one of our amazing LPT real estate agents. Stephen, what's going on, buddy?
Doing well. How are you doing?
We're good, man. We've been chatting a lot lately about different plans for you for growing your business and
Mhm.
give everybody a quick introduction of who you are and let's go into why you joined LPT Realty with us.
Okay. Hey, thanks a lot, Anthony. So, Stephen Skakandy here. I'm out of North Carolina, former United States Marine, and I work the Jacksonville, North Carolina area, second largest Marine Corps base in the world, Camp Lejeune, and that's my playground. From the beach to the base, we have you covered. Why I joined LPT. I took a chance on another Marine who's not here with us, Terry Trexler. And he's like, oh man, what if you could join a company that provided X, Y, and Z? And I'm like, nah, that doesn't exist. He's like, no, 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 it does, it does. So I'm like, all right, talk to me a little bit about it. And there's a lot of little pieces that brought me here, but to just give you the 35,000-foot view, it provided me a framework that I could just sell real estate more efficiently, as well as support my business with the pillars that I already liked a lot. I'm a real big face-to-face, belly-to-belly guy. I like getting up close and personal. I do make a lot of phone calls. I do knock on doors. And LPT gives me tools for those things, as well as all the new stuff like what we're doing right here, video marketing, social media presence, and things of that nature. So it's a great dual-headed system that it provides for me. So yeah.
No, that's awesome, man. Well, tell everybody I know you formerly had your own brokerage. What was your setup before deciding to come over to LPT Realty?
Absolutely. So I've got, and some people are going to be like, oh, of course. I've got 20 years in the business now, and I did run a boutique firm. I've also run a national franchise. And the last few years, when Terry and I got together, I was with, I guess you would say, a legacy brokerage, and real comfortable there. Had a nice system there. They're tried and true and all that kind of stuff. But LPT just gave me a few more tools, and it also challenged me to try some things that I hadn't been doing before. It wasn't all that long ago where I was like, "No, man, I'm not going to get on video with you. Leave me alone."
No, totally, man. And that's neat. So what were the differences that you saw that stood out to you? What LPT offers to the agent versus the boutique brokerage and the bigger brokerages that you were at before?
So a few different things. Everybody wants to talk about pay, so we'll start out there. And I feel like that there's no monthly fees was a huge thing. I came from a brokerage where there was excessive amount of desk fees to be there. I mean, that's just how they did business. That was their model. That worked for me because I'm like, okay, it's an expense each month. I write my check, let me do my thing, and go from there. LPT doesn't have that, and they're stable to provide you these tools. Like the tool that I like the most is the big white box. I utilize that a lot for all my listings. And for those of you who don't know what that is it's marketing, right? Everybody should do print marketing. And a lot of people are like, well, I don't have time, I won't get to it, whatever the case might be. And because LPT has AI resources, it designs print marketing for you. It can be sent to you within about 2 business days, wherever you're at. And it's professional. It looks good. And it gives me another talking point where I can go out, I can meet people and speak to them about my listing and give them something that can stay on a coffee table. And it's got some legs in it. It's not something that they're just going to, toss and throw away. It's on very nice paper. And it has a bunch of brochures and door hangers, trifold business cards, and it's just a absolutely wonderful, wonderful piece of equipment.
It is something you said a second ago. And we've been talking about this a lot. Real estate agents
Mhm.
don't have time, and we always, for
Yep.
some reason, make that like one of our biggest crutches. Oh, it's not enough time in the day and whatnot. But you also said something about LPT Realty, and what I've noticed too, we've made it easier because I know print media can be tough. You got to go order it, design it, you know, get it shipped to you, then from there take off. And what LPT has done, I think, very well is made print media easy. It's a couple clicks, boom, you're done. You mentioned our Desi AI tech that does it for you.
Mhm.
And on top of that, it's free when you start with us for every listing. So, like the listing power pack you had mentioned, you get it, you do pay shipping, but the fact is, couple clicks. So, new listing, couple clicks, little money spent, boom, there's your marketing dropped off at your door. 165 pieces of marketing material for your new listing. And what I've done, and I'm sure you've done too, is that you take that listing pack and you show it to the seller. This is what I'm going to do for you before, unlike any other agent's ever done. And that's been massive. So, what has been, you mentioned the big white box, it's one of your favorite tools. How have you had success personally with it?
Well, I think the fact that it's something tangible that they can see, touch, and feel that I'm going to do for them in the sale of their home.
Yep.
Because, every seller is asking with them, what's in it for me? And this is a tangible way that they can see, hey, look, if I go with Stephen, I'm getting all of this, this marketing piece. And the reality is this, people come from all walks of life. I am not minimizing social media. I am not minimizing internet presence and websites and all that. And it's all important. You have to do that. But there are a large segment of the population that still needs something they can see, they can touch, they can feel. And that's where that big white box comes in. And I think it's basically like spokes on a wheel, right? You need all the spokes so the wheel doesn't, get crushed when it's moving under load. And, the big white box, the social media, the phone calls, the internet presence, all these things are spokes on that wheel that you can have a good unified business that doesn't get crushed under a load.
No, totally, man. You're right. And it's funny because a lot of real estate agents have really focused heavy on social media. And to be honest, a lot of real estate agents have gotten into business in the last 10 years,
Hmm.
have not dealt with a tough market. And we used to say back in my Keller Williams days that you place a sign in the yard, you pray that it sells. And I did the third P, which was prospecting, but I've changed that a lot. In my thought process with it is that my third P is I put in the work. I do
Hmm.
whatever it takes to sell. And look, I'm a little bit older, man. I'm 50 years old. I still remember magazines. I didn't go to the internet for everything. And one of the tools that we do have is the active marketing campaign and non-critical questions
Hmm.
magazines that you're literally placing in the hands of some of these home sellers. And let's be honest, most of the home sellers, not all, but most of the home sellers who have these upper, higher end type properties, probably maybe a little bit older, may remember magazines,
Yes.
may work that way. I know I've walked into listings here on the beach, and they were in their 60s and they didn't care about TikTok, and that's a
Right.
part you got to have multiple tools in your arsenal in order to win the
100%.
war. And that's the thing is, I think so many people are attached to, oh, well, I got a TikTok following. That's great. But you know what? That 68-year-old lady or man who owned that house, they may be on TikTok, but they don't care for the most part that you're a TikTok person. But again, if you have
Mm-mm.
all of these things, that's something we talk about regularly with specifically social media marketing. It's great to have all that. Do not get me wrong. You should. But
Yeah.
you said something earlier. You should be using printed marketing. There is no way around that. I mean, we did it for years. Billboards is printed marketing. Flyers are printed marketing. Door hangers are printed marketing. That's all things you get with LPT Realty.
Absolutely. And
Yep.
it all is important.
Oh,
It
it
all works together because at the end of the day, don't overcomplicate it. We've got to get the seller's home sold. And these are all the tools. Use what's in the toolbox, use what's provided, use what's there.
Yep, no, totally. So I see you have LPT Plus in the background over there on your yeah, on the wall. And
Oh, yes.
tell us a little bit about that because that's something we haven't talked about much on the podcast. And I think a lot of people are still super familiar with the concept of agent choice. You mentioned we
Hmm.
don't have a monthly fee. However, if you do want to pay a monthly fee, we offer this thing called LPT Plus. And maybe are you using it right now? Tell us a little bit about that.
100% I'm using it. So, as we said, there's no monthly fee, but by utilizing a monthly fee and paying, you get coaching. And oh, by the way, I've been under a worldwide coaching organization, phenomenal coaching organization, and it was quite pricey each month.
Oh,
It's
yeah, well,
more than
it
some
is.
people's mortgages.
Yeah.
And not that there wasn't exceptional value there, because there absolutely was. But, as a business owner, you've got to look at costs and constantly evaluate things. And LPT Plus was a way that you could have a nationally recognized trainer meet with me twice a week and provide, more value. Hey, these are ways that you can use this box more efficiently. Or we're going to talk about expired listings or FISBO listings. Or we're going to talk about probate, and different things of that nature. And it's a great network. We meet about twice a week. I forget how many of us are in there, and the calls are recorded, so you can go back and review notes and so on and so forth. But it's open format, kind of like this, where the instructor will engage with us and ask us for our best practices, and we'll overlay that on top of theirs and what they're doing. And it's been a great way for me to meet other LPT agents
Yeah,
throughout the
very
50
cool.
states, because we are in all 50 states now, Anthony. And I think that bears people hearing that, as well as, just best practices and helping keep each other motivated, because this is a lonely business and you got to make sure you engage with people from time to time.
No, totally. And LPT Plus, not only the coaching, so something I've learned too, because I've been in coaching also. And
Hmm.
I've paid a lot of money for coaching, and it's worked. Don't get me wrong. I think it's one of the best things you can do in your business. But with LPT Plus, not only do you get the coaching, you also get some extra tools like Zoom, premium package, where literally I was paying more for my Zoom package than I now pay for LPT Plus. You get Zoodelio, you have the option for healthcare. There's quite a few tools inside of LPT Plus also for that monthly fee. Are you using any of those
100%.
right now?
Yes, I'm remiss for not mentioning those. So Zudilio is a great tool, and that's something you can go with the seller and say, hey, look, I can either list your house, or I've got an investor that'll buy your house. What do you want to do?
Yep.
So Zudilio is a great tool for that. For the healthcare, it's not health insurance, but
Yep.
it's like Doc in the Box and other things, which definitely can help you out and help you just have more access to assistance with a doctor if you need it. There's also, I think, prescriptions and vision that's tied into that as well, if you so choose to use that. The Zoom alone, you're right. I mean, Zoom alone, if you pay for the upgraded thing, I think it's 150, $200 a month for
Yep.
Zoom.
Yep.
But through LPT Plus, I mean, it's all included. So, I mean, you're saving that money right there. I mean, me personally, I love the coaching the most, and that's the tool that I use the absolute most. But the other stuff is very robust as well. So I think one of the stories you'll get with LPT is it's overwhelming, the amount of tools. And it's like an all-you-can-eat buffet. You've got to go in and you've got to pick and choose what you're going to do. You can't eat it all, because you'll get indigestion.
No, that's well, it is true, man. Like again, I was in coaching. I was in MAPS coaching, for example. I was at Keller Williams a long time, and I was paying, I think, 12 or 1,300 bucks a month, and they taught me some amazing things. Do not get me wrong, but they
Mhm.
never gave me the tools. Like it's like giving me this ammo, but they never gave me, let's say, the gun to go fire or the cannon to go fire the cannonball. And that's what's really neat. It's same thing with the listing power toolbox when you go with a seller. You're literally
Mhm.
laying out a game plan for them. They could see it visually, and there's no denying still to this day that it does work.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, it's amazing, especially you mentioned it before. If you want higher end listings, you've got to meet with where those people are.
Oh yeah.
And not only are they in a different socioeconomic status, but generally speaking, they're going to be a little bit older, and they're going to remember, going to Blockbuster Video on a Friday night and
Right.
taking magazines, looking up, what movies are playing in the newspaper. So that speaks to them.
So if anybody's sitting back, I mean, you were probably, I don't know what the time frame was. You heard about LPT Realty. You probably thought it was, too good to be true. What do you recommend to anyone that's heard about this company and is on the fence right now and joining?
Well, I think you got to do your own research. And I watched LPT Realty for a while before I decided to join. North Carolina opened up at the beginning of 2023, if memory serves me
Yes,
correctly.
yes.
And I was vaguely aware of Robert Palmer, and no, not simply irresistible Robert Palmer, same name, different dude. And I had watched him, and I was fascinated because the guy made money in mortgages in Florida in 2008. And that period from 2008 to roughly 2010, 11 was a pretty miserable time period, especially for Florida real estate in most of the areas in the country. And for a guy to have success like he did, I'm thinking he knows something about mortgages, he knows something about real estate, he knows something about marketing and business. Let me watch him. So I just kind of watched Robert Palmer and followed his career a little bit, saw what was what, that type of thing. And then, from there, I watched LPT's growth. And in my area, it just really wasn't a player, per se. In North Carolina, I think when I joined, I was the number 92nd agent in North Carolina to be a member of LPT. And it since has really taken off. It takes a while for, I think, agents to adopt and adapt to stuff. I mean, traditionally, we're an industry that doesn't embrace change for a lot of reasons.
At
And,
all.
it's taken some time, but I think one of the things that's helped us is we all had to kind of pivot and restructure our businesses during the great pandemic of 2020, using things like Zoom and being used to, maybe not having an office that we could go to and meet with people. Having said that, I've got an office. I've actually it's out of my own pocket, but certainly other LPT agents in North Carolina are welcome to come here if they need a place to write a contract, whatever the case might be. Just because I got a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old, Tony, and I ain't getting any work done if I'm home, so I got
Right.
to
I get
go.
it. Yeah, I've been there, man. I've had a few offices myself. And that's a neat thing is that, we have multiple pay structures. Again,
Mhm.
LPT is about agent choice. I stress that on every call because it's true. You
Mhm.
can come in as 100%, agent, come in as a revenue share partner. And the neat thing is you're saving a bit of money. I know I did the math the other day and it was
Mhm.
like, if you're a listing agent, you take 20, 25, 50 listings. The amount of money you should be spending on marketing could be 10, 15, $20,000 a year just in print material. It really could be. And the fact is that
Easily.
given that freedom, given that extra money helps pay for an office. Because you're right, we are a cloud-based brokerage. We do not have office space, but again, I tell people this all the time. It's about you. We do a video mastermind call and we talk about attractive character. And yeah,
Mhm.
I was at Keller Williams offices for a long time, but the fact was it was a Keller Williams office. Now you got
Right.
your office, your place where you work from, help you build a team. Yeah, we can get into the whole team standard where LPT helps team members save a ton of money. I still believe that LPT is the best business model, real estate business model out there for team leaders because
Mhm.
one, they can save money. Two, their team members will spend little to no money at our company.
Absolutely. And that savings, gets passed back on to their team members, which in
Absolutely.
turn, keeps them there longer and loyal and that type of stuff. And who benefits? The consumer at the end of the day, right? Because a lot of that stuff can kind of get passed off to them. So I think it's real estate is a fascinating business, and most people don't understand this or don't realize this, but it's the only business, period. I challenge somebody to find another business where you can literally have a win-win-win-win scenario, right? Where everybody can win in a transaction. And that's just not the way life is. That's just not the way business is. I mean, there's winners and there's losers. It's a
Yep,
zero-sum game. But real
absolutely.
estate, not so much. And this company is bringing that concept to a whole new level.
No, that's awesome. Well, man, I appreciate you taking your time today. I know you're a busy man selling a bunch of houses. I love it. I love seeing your growth, your enthusiasm. If
Thank you.
someone's interested in LPT Realty, how can they get in touch with you to find out more?
Okay, so the best way to do that is my LPT website, and it's my first name, last name at lpt.com. And literally, that'll walk them through everything about how to join up. And I'm old school. You're welcome to call me on the phone, and I'm happy to have that one-on-one or that coffee meeting with you to go over more great detail. And I think we're doing great things. I think the future is poised for success. I'm especially interested in watching as we start to expand overseas. We've just opened Canada, And I think you and I are working on perhaps bringing Germany into the fold. So we'll
Yep,
talk more about that
we will.
offline. So yeah, I mean, sky's the limit.
Absolutely. Well, good deal, man. Again, thank you for taking your time. Remember, guys, LPT, where we help you save more and sell more homes. Talk soon.
All right. See you later.